I think they're both good. Both, I think as a team, they're going to get to the finals of that blind eliminator tournament, lose, and that's when MJF is going to show who MJF really is.
Of course, he's done it with everybody.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I was just saying to Brian, it would be smart if they made Adam Cole turn on him, just because like no one's going to boo Adam Cole. No one's gonna, you know what I mean? So it's like,
I don't know.
I mean,
MJF I feel like it doesn't matter how much shit MJF talks to the crowd. He's still like so over.
Yeah.
Even though he's the biggest heel, but he still comes off as a baby face.
Eventually, we're gonna have to do that because it's like, how many people can he screw over? The Pinnacle. Like, he doesn't have the group, the Pinnacle, or anything like that. He doesn't have a faction really around him anymore. So it's like,
yeah.
What was that? What was he in? The Firm? Was that it?
For a hot sec, he was like using them for a second.
Yeah. That was literally 2 weeks because of the whole Punk situation. I think they had to like change what initially they were going to do. I don't even know because he first he was leading the Firm. First, the Firm helped him become number one contender. Then all of a sudden, the Firm were the bad guys, and he telling them not to interfere and stuff. So it's weird.
It's like he doesn't have a faction to like lean off or try to build or anything like that. So it's like eventually, it's like, where's he going with it? Like he can't stand on his own forever. Like that's just not in this day and age. I don't think you can have it. Mm-hmm. But welcome to Ring Takes, episode 23 here. As we still head down to the road to WrestleMania, as we guys were just talking about AEW a little bit, but we're going to be talking about WWE's recent events, of course. This one I named Main Event Jey and Judgment Day All Good because we had a bunch of storylines going intertwining over the past couple shows, and we had a trial of a tribal chief here of, what is that twice? Come on.
Chief?
Come on. Chief. Mm-hmm.
Chief.
Trial of tribal chief. Roman Reigns being brought down to the ring basically to, I don't even understand that because I'm like, why is he on trial? I was like, why are they doing this? I understand it's to push the story and I understand that part. I liked it. I thought it was awesome. Of course, with all the banter back and forth. Jimmy and Jey basically pinned him at Money in the Bank. They basically milked that and said, hey, we did what we could, what everybody thought couldn't be done. Roman Reigns came out and fucking Jey and Jimmy basically showed the transgression of him just being an asshole. Basically, is all his history over the past, of course, of the Bloodline. And Roman Reigns flipped the script and saying, yo, I had to be this way because you guys made me this way. And he basically saying he had to carry the weight of those two guys. I like the line that he said he had to do it for he didn't know he had to do it for their kids as well too, and all that stuff like that. So like basically saying, yo, I got to take care of you guys' family too, and you guys can't do it. Like it was just very good acting from Roman Reigns. And again, this is just another level. I'm just like, Roman Reigns is great because he suckered Jey and Jimmy in. And basically saying, hey, you guys, Jey, you're supposed to be the tribal chief. He threw the belt down, that he worked hard for, like he's a champion. Creased his Jordan, bending down, kneeling down in front of Jey, and suckered him in just close enough, and he low blowed him.
Who didn't see that coming? Who didn't see that coming?
It was great storytelling, man. I just
not Jey.
He wouldn't do that to him. And then they battled him.
Never, because he's never beaten the shit out of him before.
But what do you guys think about that segment overall and that actually happening and the attack on Jimmy and Jey, and Jimmy getting sent to the hospital at the end of that segment?
Well, I think somebody on this panel kind of predicted something along the lines of this was going to happen. So I think we should give that person credit here. Yeah.
Even though he can't predict the pay-per-views, though.
We can't move.
Hey, what did I say last week? Really, I'm willing to have a losing record in all these pay-per-views as long as we get to Cody Rhodes winning at the Royal Rumble and raising his hand at WrestleMania 40. That's all I'm saying. Just gonna point that out.
I will deny.
Yeah. But anyway, this opening segment. I mean, I think it was over 30 minutes in length through commercial breaks and such. I mean, like I said, it's the best story. It's the best storyline in wrestling for a reason. Mm-hmm. I mean, it only made sense that if there was going to be a one-on-one title match that was going to come out of this, that if you go all the way back to, I think we've mentioned this before, going all the way back to the beginning of the formation of the Bloodline, Jey was the first one to fall in line. So it would only hypothetically make sense that he gets the title match here. I was listening to Busted Open Radio, and Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer were talking about this match, and they brought up something interesting. They said for this match, this is the one time where like a dusty finish would be like mandatory in it. Because think of the reaction if Jey supposedly were to knock off Roman in Detroit. It's not something we would want to personally see, but I bet you the crowd would be surprised as shit about it.
They did that
technically and take it away from them.
They technically did that before at SummerSlam '93. The Lex Express, Lex Luger.
Yeah, but at least we
leave Lex alone.
At least if he beats Roman by DQ, there ain't gonna be fucking confetti coming down and shit like.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah.
I still don't understand that shit. Nobody can even explain that.
Like he didn't win.
He won.
He won, but not the title. He did it for America. Like I'm never gonna
for America, but he doesn't get the title.
Good job, Lex.
What does that say about our country? that we win, but we didn't accomplish the goal. But yeah, looking at this story, the attack on Jimmy, vicious, and then at the end of the night, Jey Uso coming back, trying to getting his comeuppance, saying, I gotta get you, which was a term that he had on a t-shirt and what he used to say when he was the first member of the Bloodline. So moving forward, this is definitely going to be very interesting.
There's something there that he was holding the belt.
Yep.
He was holding the belt.
Yep. He was holding the belt. So
good storytelling.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like I said, moving forward, it's definitely going to be, very, very, very interesting how this goes.
Yeah. I'm going to start off by saying I already know what Dan's going to say. It's all going to lead to Cody. It's all going to be in the Rumble. But before you get into that, we obviously know this is all leading up to SummerSlam. Roman, Jey. And it's crazy that, like Brian said, Daniel, easily called this on point. Get Jimmy out of here. Oh yeah, exactly. He called it perfectly, and it makes sense because it's like it is something that is coming around full circle, literally 3+ years in the making, and I don't know. It is to think after all the stuff that Jey has done, how many times have we seen posts, give this man an Oscar for, his acting and all this. You would think it would be more believable that he could win the title, I guess. And I don't know. I don't know if I don't see it happening. And with that, then I'm like, well, where do they go? Who's next in line? Where does it go after this? Or is there going to be something where, because I feel like they've been hinting at a lot with Solo, basically kind of stepping away like, whoa, well, you just got pinned and then you messing up over here, maybe I don't need to be your right-hand man anymore. I could see that happening, but to then still go on, I don't know. I'm just thinking of the next possible feuds, if either they're just going to start giving other people chances, or are they still going to continue the whole Bloodline like over and over and over again till WrestleMania? I don't know. That's just where I'm.
Yeah, that's
a great segment and everything. I'm just future wise after this. If, like I said, I don't believe that Jimmy's gonna win the title. If he did, I don't know if he would necessarily get that big. It would be, like we said, a huge surprise, but I don't know that they would pull that trigger, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like we just lost Daniel, but that was a question that I was actually gonna ask. Is this would this SummerSlam match be like the end of this feud? Because I was thinking that, okay, if Jey gets his match, then obviously now that Jimmy's been attacked, it would obviously make sense for Jimmy to come back, and now he gets his match.
Yeah,
I mean, and eventually you gotta have the breakup between Roman and Solo. We don't know when that's gonna happen, but it looks as though that this is gonna continue past SummerSlam. I just feel like unless Jimmy comes back at SummerSlam or they keep him off TV, we don't know what that.
I see that happening. I see. And he's back.
Yeah.
So Brian was just saying, and I don't know if you heard half of what I said.
I know you said the thing about Solo Sikoa kind of trying to break away, maybe because of the way things are going with Roman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just like, I don't know how much more the story is going to get dragged out, and then like who's going to be, the next challenger, I guess. Like,
yeah. So pretty much, I was just asking, like, would SummerSlam be like the end of the Bloodline feud? Because when you see that Jimmy got kind of taken out, you would think that eventually Jimmy has to come back and kind of get his come up in, so it would make sense for him to get a title match. But then realistically after that, then where do you really go? So that's kind of why you would think maybe SummerSlam would be the end of it. But then, like I said, you got Jimmy out there who got attacked. Unless he comes back at SummerSlam, or we don't know. But
I honestly don't see Jimmy getting a title shot. Like, I don't know. Like, okay, yeah, you took out one brother, now you're just gonna give the other one a title shot, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's just,
yeah, I really don't know where they go from here if they were to possibly, potentially, insanely, incorrectly, the wrong move of taking the title off the tribal chief at this moment.
What else does he need to accomplish, though?
There's still Bobby Lee. He has to conquer SmackDown.
What do you mean conquer SmackDown?
There's a new roster there. Edge is there. Bobby Lashley is there.
We haven't seen Lashley in weeks.
Exactly. So it's like,
but you would think have him keep winning to make him a viable challenger, wouldn't you?
He's gonna come. Hey, he has to come back at some point.
No, true, and I'm not denying that. Hey, I think that would be a great, hell of a match. But I mean, yeah, you're right. He could just be like, all right, take this time off till Roman's ready. Yeah, and obviously, because after SummerSlam, isn't it Survivor Series or is there another paper? Or is it
Payback. Huh? Payback.
But then isn't Crown? No, Crown Jewel's also coming too, right?
It's supposed to be sometime.
Yeah, it's supposed to be sometime between Payback and Survivor Series. That's when that pay-per-view was supposed to be.
Oh my god!
But yeah, in terms of that, I'm just like, where they can go. Like, if Roman wins, he's just gonna have to get another challenger, right? Like maybe Bobby Lashley comes back. He's big enough to take on Solo and battle Solo and those guys like that. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's probably the move there. If you're going to do that, probably bring Bobby Lashley back. That's another competitor who had a lot of buzz there, and especially in a babyface role against a guy like Roman Reigns. I think that's more of the illogical move if Roman wins, that Bobby Lashley comes back, or maybe he faces an Edge who just recently returned, who we'll talk about when we get to that point. But yeah, I just feel like there's still movement there for Roman, like where they can go different directions. If Jey was
one more run.
If Jey was to win the title, that opens up a new list of challenges. He can face Solo. Like if Roman goes away for a little bit, so he can face Solo. He can start fighting like other people, Sheamus. Like, I don't know. There's other people out there. So, I mean, I got to take a look at the SmackDown roster because we're forgetting somebody.
Oh, yeah. I feel like there's plenty of people. Do they? I guess.
AJ Styles.
That would. See,
I
would want, and this is what I'm saying. I don't know. I think there's just too. I don't know.
See, the AJ Styles feud would be great if the Usos were still in the bloodline, because then you got Gallows and Anderson with AJ. If they had all stayed together, then that would have been the perfect. But now that they aren't.
And so Dan's right. I feel like SmackDown does have has a plethora of challengers, and it's like, you really tell me he's gonna run through everybody just with Solo and still make it all the way to WrestleMania? Like, I feel like there is too many.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So what you're saying is time is running out.
That's exactly what they're gonna do.
Yeah, because it's not the same bloodline Roman where he has the Usos and Solo help him win. Now it's just Solo, and if Solo is even still there, okay. But now it's
maybe there's another member of the bloodline.
Huh?
Maybe there's another member of the bloodline. Who? They have a bunch of guys in ROH. They have guys on the Indies that are.
They're not coming anytime soon. You're fishing right now. You're fishing.
Who knows?
You're fishing. You're casting that line.
I'm just looking at the roster right now. AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley, Edge. That's three people.
It's stacked.
Maybe Karrion Kross if they can ever just rebuild him somehow. They really destroyed him. Jesus. They destroyed him. Other than that, looking at this roster, I really don't see anybody who's in that position to challenge him outside of returning Bobby Lashley. Maybe Edge gets put in that role. AJ Styles, those are the three. He's already faced all those guys. You know what I mean? So it's like,
has he faced AJ?
I'm pretty sure
he has, but not as like tribal chief.
Not as tribal chief.
Not as tribal chief.
No, I think he was out.
I don't think he faced AJ as tribal chief Roman.
Yeah,
hey, now he faced AJ before
because he was on Raw still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, yo, give me one more AJ run, please.
It's not happening.
Please. Yes, AJ.
After WrestleMania 40, take all the reigns you want. Take all the reigns you want.
And that's probably. I mean, I don't know. It's WrestleMania 40. So
I understand what you're saying, because it's like we're gonna get August, September, October.
Obviously Survivor Series. Survivor Series. He's not gonna have an opponent. You know,
that's 8 months. That's 8 more months.
Exactly.
Like, are they trying? But it's like,
I'm like, at least you can stretch the storyline. What, another 3 to 4 months? I think that's too long.
As I said, the best way they can do this is they have all 4 of those guys in the Fatal 4-Way at some point at Survivor Series or fucking December, and just have a Fatal 4-Way with all those guys going against each other. Those 4 guys going against each other in a main event. That's the only way I can see it ended, because it's like, if you're going to stretch this out and at least try to have Roman get to WrestleMania, it's like, he can't keep having Solo be his lackey. We already saw he's too intelligent. We know he's smarter than
maybe he doesn't make it a Mania.
Oh, he's got to make it.
That's
to be part of the story. That's got to be part. He's got to drag that title to Mania, man. He's got to drag it.
I will say this much: if we do get Cody and Roman at WrestleMania, by that point, Solo's not going to be with Roman.
No, absolutely.
I know that for a fact, because if they're gonna tell this story again, how did Cody lose in the last main event because of Solo? Mm-hmm. So if they're gonna tell the story again, Solo can't be with Roman by that point.
I don't know. I think my thing was like, if you don't have Bloodline anymore, and it's just Roman, is he still gonna be as dominant? And are you still going to present him as, like, you know, God mode, tribal chief? And is he even the tribal chief anymore if he doesn't have a tribe anymore?
Yeah.
You know, do you have to change it at that point?
They did say at the Money in the Bank, the reason why they had him crying on the outside was to maybe unleash another side of him being more demonstrative, being more evil,
brutal.
Maybe he gets more important. Like, I feel like it's kind of similar how Austin was after after WrestleMania 17. Paranoid, on edge, like that's what we got to see of Roman next. Like him just
taking everybody out.
Yeah, just basically just being crazy and just going after people. Like, are you after me? Are you going against me? Like, he's got to start doing that. That's the way they can carry that. But it's just like he needs challengers in order to do that. And who knows? Maybe some other guys enter the foil. Maybe Sheamus gets a run. Maybe fucking Montez Ford gets a main event shot. You know, maybe people like that. Maybe fucking one of the LWO members, Esco Santabars. Maybe he can step into a match that's there. Maybe he can battle them because they have a factor.
I want them to just give this man a story. Give it LWO something, please.
Because I mean, they're still running on fumes after that Rey Mysterio thing, and then Selena Vega is really the only one that really has anything going on, especially with like her doing her thing. So it's like they got to get something. There's too much time on wrestling for them not to have something. So, but in terms of like what this Bloodline storyline is, it's going to be interesting to see where it goes and how it goes. Definitely going to be interesting. In this, we're probably going to have main event Jey, right? We're going to have main event Jey finally stepping into that void again
with the title.
If he does win the title, it's like, how does he like? Who's his next challengers? And as I said, the obvious choice would be Solo for me if he was able to beat Roman. Maybe Roman goes away. Solo's like, hey, you broke up our family, yada yada yada. They can play that angle up and continue that.
Oh yeah, easily.
So we'll see what they can do because it's going to be interesting. But is Jey ready? I mean, he's been a tag team title specialist his whole career. To get a main event push like that, it'll be dope. It'll be dope to see.
If they can build it up like an organic, like everybody's behind him, I'll believe it more that they can put the title on. But then at the same time, would it just be like, okay, we give him a title, and then it's like,
a month later,
is he going to get like the Kofi treatment where like, yeah, Kofi was winning his title defenses and then boom, Brock came and he lost. So it's like
he is a free agent. Omos is too. Don't leave out Omos.
Why
are you putting this negativity out there? Like,
why?
Why are you putting negative? Let's go back to Brock. Why would you remind us that Brock is a free agent?
Every time.
Hold on. Let me go back. Let me see. Who's a free agent?
What are you doing? Omos history on how many losses he's had?
Realistically, I only want to see Brock do one more thing, and that's feud with Gunther. That's literally all I want Brock to do next.
Or Bronson Reed. Gunther.
And honestly, that's a WrestleMania match. So realistically, after this Cody feud, I don't want to see Brock until WrestleMania against Gunther. That's probably not going to happen, but realistically, we don't need to see Brock after this feud with Cody until WrestleMania time.
Unless he comes back after Roman.
Yo, come on, no. We do not need.
That's your challenger.
We do not need match 6,581 between these two.
Round 5.
And then that's and you know what?
Isn't it even round 5?
That's your man. Like you just said, like you said, he's a free agent. He beats Roman. Boom, Cody and Brock at WrestleMania.
We're not doing that. Cody's already beaten Brock Lesnar. That's one. Cody's already beaten Brock Lesnar.
Going to beat.
It's not going to mean anything.
I guarantee SummerSlam will be another no contest.
It's not going to mean anything if he beats Brock for the title. It's not going to mean anything.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Especially if he loses at SummerSlam. If he loses at SummerSlam, and then Brock gets the title, it would mean 10 times more if he beat him for the title.
See, it would mean something based upon Cody's promo on Raw when he used Brock Lesnar as an example of something or a challenge in everybody's life that they have to get over. Everybody has a Brock Lesnar. So if it's based on that promo, maybe.
You're starting to eat it a little bit.
That was a bully. That was basically saying he's a bully, and everyone had a bully in their life. Like that's playing to the kids in the crowd and saying, "Yeah,
deny.
Dennis at school is a Brock Lesnar type. He's
exactly everybody in life has a Brock Lesnar.
It's a good promo. Everybody in life has a Brock Lesnar.
Cody Rhodes is beating Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 for the title to become WWE.
They did that already. We don't need to do that again.
He lost.
Okay, he can get the title off of somebody else.
No, there's nobody else worthy enough to pass the title back to Cody at this point in time.
Yes, there
There's
is.
nobody there.
They can build a story. They can build a story.
They can't build a story. No. The story is already there that they're going to execute at WrestleMania 40, where Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns for the title. Come hell or high water. It's happening.
Can we just get to next spring now? I don't know how much. Like you said 8 months, right?
Yeah. Like I don't know how that. Like,
so it's gonna be 8 months. It's gonna be 8 months of this until pretty much January, right?
Basically,
yeah.
Until we see.
Until we in Philly.
Until we see Cody Rhodes win at the Rumble, raise his hand, and then march to SmackDown and challenge Roman Reigns.
You know what would be the highlight of that? Because if that ends up happening, and I hope that they pull like, okay, Cody starts at 1, boom, he's going through everybody, and then you think Cody wins? And I don't know. So I can't even predict who, but somebody just tosses him out.
There's nobody.
I will laugh.
There's nobody big enough to eliminate Cody Rhodes in the Royal Rumble.
Predictable.
It does not
predict because last year was predictable. Everyone knew Cody was going to win. You can't.
Well, they told him. They said he was number 30.
We all knew Cody was going to win. You can't do that 2 years ago.
That's fine. I'm fine. First of all, they should have kept it a secret. That was the first thing. If they would have kept it a secret and never said anything,
doesn't matter. We all predicted Cody would win the Rumble. There's no way
because we saw promos for weeks.
They had to announce it, bro. They still had to sell tickets at the Rumble, so they had to announce it.
They did not have to do that.
I don't think the Rumble was a sellout until they announced that Cody was coming back. I don't think.
No, Rumble's usually always
pretty good. It's fine if they told him he was coming back, but then they did it wrong. They should have never did it that way. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the Bloodline going forward. Let's